Hey Paul, tell me about fresh air.
Well, let me tell you about fresh air. Fresh air is extremely important in a home. We want to have nice clean air inside the house. We don't want to smell carpet, we don't want to smell kids, husbands, dogs, paint, food, body odour, laundries, damp clothes, damp towels. We want to smell a nice fresh house that smells like you're sitting outside on the beach on a beautiful summer's day. Yeah? Well, the only way to do that is to replace the air in the home. So we need to take all the air out and put fresh air in. That's a great idea. If you open up all the windows, then you get fresh air all the time in your home. The air smells clear. The downside to that is you lose a lot of energy, which means you have a lot of heating bills and a lot of cooling bills. So it's not practical. Now that we're building much better homes, much tighter homes, we're sealing up all the windows, sealing up all the doors. We understand that putting downlights in the roof is not a good idea anymore. Really great tight building envelopes. The downside to that is we don't get much fresh air. We don't get many air changes. So we've got a win because we saved energy being lost, but we got a loss because we lost all that beautiful fresh air. Well, that's now able to be solved. We use a system called Zehnder. It comes from Germany. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. Zehnder is a German, Swiss, Dutch conglomeration of different businesses, and they make all the different parts required to replace the air in your building on a regular basis, all day long, without much energy being consumed. And the way they do that is they basically suck all the air out through your laundry, your kitchen, your toilets, any wet areas, any areas that would traditionally produce any kind of smell. And we exhaust that air outside, so we blow it outside and get rid of it. At the same time, we bring fresh air in through this side. And the fresh air comes in from outside and it crosses over what's called an air-to-air heat exchanger. It's basically like this. So we've got air channels going this way and air channels going that way, and they're not physically connected by air, but they're connected just by the material. So that air can pass through there, and the heat that's being ejected outside gets absorbed by the air coming in. So you don't waste that heat or that cool. Okay? That's what an air-to-air heat exchanger does. It just transfers the energy while you're exhausting the old air and bringing in fresh air. So the Zehnder's around about 90%, a little bit higher efficient, in the sense that only about 10% of the energy that was in the air that was going out gets lost, and the other 90% gets recovered. Okay, air-to-air heat exchanger. So there's two filters on here. You can buy different kinds of filters if you're particularly sensitive, for example asthmatics or people who are sensitive to hay fever. You can buy really high sensitivity filters. This filter here can be cleaned on a regular basis, just like you clean the filter in your clothes dryer. So you can wash it, you can just vacuum it out, you can replace it. They're not very expensive. So we have two filters, and they just get checked like this on a regular basis. Another one over here. So inside here we've got this air-to-air heat exchanger. It's shaped like this, like a hexagon. Typically we set the system up to replace the air about once every 2 hours, once every 3 hours. So then you don't have any smell in the building at all. In fact, the buildings that we've installed this system in, you walk inside their rooms, inside the building, and you actually feel like you're sitting in a forest. It smells so clean and so fresh, you can't smell a thing. It sort of feels odd. And it's something that we've never really experienced because we've never had that before. So it's kind of a weird thing to try and buy something that doesn't have a dollar value but has a comfort value and a quality of life value. But that's exactly what Zehnder is. It's about quality of life and quality of air in your building. So an air-to-air heat exchanger allows you to draw air out of the building in all the wet areas, all the smelly areas, and it replaces fresh air into all living areas, and the air moves gently throughout the building all day long, keeping the building nice and fresh. So if you want fresh air, come and talk to us at RVO and we'll explain how these systems work.